It's a sunny Saturday on Yawkey Way as the Red Sox shoot for their third win in a row today, facing the Toronto Blue Jays with the ace on the hill, David Price, in Game 2 of the series. Welcome back to Fenway, everybody. Great to have you with us. I'm Dave O'Brien alongside the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. The Red Sox getting great pitching last night. Rick Porcello and the bullpen combining to hold a high-octane offense for Toronto to just 3 hits, and the baseball today goes to David Price.
Well, David Price, what a career he's had, a fabulous career. Last couple of years, he's been the hired gun. One to Detroit, took them to the playoffs. Last year, Toronto, 9-1 with them, went to the playoffs. And you look at his career against the American League East, it's out of sight. Unbelievable. 16-2 against Toronto, his old teammates last year. And you see, last game out, it wasn't like a David Price outing, gave up 5 runs in 1 inning. So he's going to try to redeem himself against his old teammates.
We'll see if today he gives that bullpen the afternoon off against the Toronto team. The Red Sox have won 3 out of 4 head-to-head against the Jays, and Price is on the bump here this afternoon on a gorgeous day here in Boston. Starting lineups in the first pitch coming up next. By BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. By Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. By your local New England Audi dealers. By DraftKings, the official one-day fantasy baseball partner of your Boston Red Sox. And by Southwest Airlines, transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien with you on a blustery day here at Fenway Park. And that's gusting at about, 19 miles per hour right now. It's been blowing in as you look at the forecast. And that's going to be a factor certainly this afternoon. Blue Jay lineup is brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Kevin Pillar will lead it off, then Josh Donaldson and Jose Bautista. Edwin Encarnacion to DH. He homered twice last night. Troy Tulowitzki at short. Chris Colabello at first base with Russell Martin the catcher. Darwin Barney at second. And Ezekiel Carrera, he's the speed guy in left field. All up against David Price, starting pitcher, presented by your New England Audi dealers. He's 1-0 with a 5.73 earned run average. And as Eck said, 16-2 in his career against Toronto. So we are slightly delayed at the top as finally Pillar gets in. Red Sox winners last night, and did it with pitching and timely hitting. And that's what you think of when you think of David Price. Outstanding pitching. And his first one is in there for strike one, and we are underway.
Hopefully we're going to see David Price, the game he pitched the first game where he dotted everything in and out.
And struck out 10. That was in Cleveland. That one yanked foul back out of play by Pillar. It was 0 for 3, and he was hit by a pitch last night. And I was not shocked when you said about Porcello hitting a couple of batters. That's got to be part of the game plan. And it worked out very effectively for Rick.
I just think he's trying to throw the ball inside. He happened to hit a couple guys. That's not a bad thing. It didn't end up hurting him at all.
In there, and he got him looking. So a great start. He strikes out Pilar, who jackknifed back out of the way.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. He's going to go infield from third to first. Travis Shaw, Bogarts, Dustin Pedroia, Hanley Ramirez at first. Outfield from left to right. Brock Holt, Bradley Jr., Mookie Betts. Behind the plate, Vasquez again, and the ace of the staff, David Price on the mound.
Price 6'5", 215 pounds, just about a perfect pitcher's build, 30 years old, from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Here's Donaldson. That's a strike, trimming the outside corner, according to Angel Hernandez. We had a big plate last night, courtesy of Ted Barrett, who's now at third base.
Well, you dot things back and forth. You're going to get an inch here, two there.
Christian Vasquez back behind the plate. Price was raving about having worked with him in spring training. Rick Porcello did the same thing after last night's performance. This isn't a reflection on anybody else, but Vasquez has obviously caught everyone's attention on this staff. Waved at and missed. Boy, he really pulled the string on that changeup.
That pitch has made David Price. He always was a hard thrower. He'd go out, throw 90% fastballs his first couple of years, but that pitch makes all the difference in the world.
I know Ryan Hannigan had a great performance behind the plate a couple of nights ago, so that's a position of strength for the Red Sox. The backstops. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just off the outside. Almost in the identical spot of a previous pitch called a strike.
Little abbreviated windup, you see. Doesn't try to throw the ball as hard as he can. That's why if he lets it go, he can get it up to 97. But he features 93 a lot.
And the left-hander who has just owned Toronto, home of the 2-2. He is pitching from sunshine into shade. Does that make any difference at this point?
Well, I don't know about right this second, but to me, it's hard to pick up a breaking ball. But I never had to.
No, you just threw them.
Yes.
Viciously.
That's what they tell me.
I think Cooperstown would agree. 3-2. Shot into the gap. There goes Jackie Bradley on the move, but he won't get it. That's going to bounce and keep on rolling up into the triangle. He scoops it up. Donaldson rounding second. He's heading for third, and the throw will not be in time. He's got himself a triple. A long line drive into that triangle.
You see how he started this hole at bat off. He got this fastball little gift out there, strike one. Then he tries to go inside with a cutter down by his shoe tops. 1-1 pitch changeup, beautiful changeup. 1-2 pitch fastball misses, and now he's going to get too much of the plate at some point here. Right there, he's trying to get that ball in, does not get it in, and Donaldson just cranks this ball in the gap.
So he's at third base with a 3-base hit, brings up Jose Bautista, batting .273 with 2 home runs. He is at .327 with 5 home runs in his career against Price. So he is one of the few guys in this lineup who has hit David Price pretty effectively. Crowding that plate, he pops one up down the right field line. On the run, Mookie Betts, but it'll sail out of play. The umpires today are brought to you by ToyotaCertified.com. Search for your factory-backed Toyota certified used vehicle right now. Angel Hernandez behind the plate. Lance Barksdale, Will Little, and Ted Barrett have the bases. And today we're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Presented by ToyotaCertified.com. Search for your factory-backed Toyota certified used vehicle right now. 0-1 on Joey Bats. High fly ball. That one driven deep to left center, way back and off the green. That'll bring in a run. Here comes Donaldson. And now he's heading for third base. The throw, and here's the lunge and the tag. He's out. Bautista already signaling because he wants to have it reviewed. He's cut down. He hesitated when he got to second base. whether to break for third or not.
It was silly for him to go to third to begin with. Now, I don't know if he's out or safe or not, but this ball is an absolute bomb. If it wasn't hit today, this ball is way back in the seats, but it hits the top of the fence. You see, Jackie's going to have trouble with it, bouncing around out there, and he's already at second base. He double pumps and doesn't even hit the cutoff man, throws it all the way on one hop. I don't know if he got him or not. Looked like he tagged him up by his belt buckle, and he got that left hand in. We'll see. You got to have a better look at that.
Yeah, it is under review. They are going to look at it.
See, I don't know. He tagged him so far up his. You don't know if he's tagging him there or not. I don't know. That's close play.
You know, the giveaway to me is that he's probably going to be ruled safe. Shaw attempted to tag him a second time.
Right, you're right. See, he tagged him in the hand first, but was the left hand on the bag.
So we'll see what they see in New York. Here's another look. Ruled out by Barrett, who could not have had a better angle.
Right, he's right over the top of it. But I don't know if there's going to be an angle here that is conclusive. So the out call would stand.
You're right about this. That's what it comes down to. They're not trying to make a new call in New York. They're trying to go by what they have for video evidence, whether it's conclusive enough to reverse the call. And there is a difference there.
And if you don't get the right camera angle, it's not going to prove it.
Right. So we wait on that. On this homestand, it feels like every couple of innings there's another review. It's amazing.
You're right though. Travis Shaw tried to tag him again, like he didn't think he got him, because if he gets him right there, he's out. But you see him reach for him again.
It was that second time. For me, that's a giveaway.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not they consider that as part of the review is the question. I would.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe this call is going to be reversed. So right now, a run in, that won't change. Bautista with the RBI and nearly hit it out. Couldn't agree with you more. In another day, I mean, that's Lansdowne Street.
Oh yeah, we're lucky it's not 2-0 anyway. This is going to be a gift here if he's out.
Bautista still hanging around third base, looking up at the big billboard. We'll take another look.
This isn't the way you do it. He double pumps and then just throws a little balloon, one hopper to Shaw. He's way off the bag. He gets a left-handed, and you just don't know if he tagged him in time.
All right, they have made up their minds in New York. They're coming back after the review, and here's the decision. And out. The call is out. How about that? So the Red Sox have the call go their way. That was the call on the field. They upheld it. So many times I think it comes down to just what their look at it indicates. And do they have enough evidence? And there's an outfield assist for Jackie Bradley, another one.
That's an ugly assist, but it worked.
So take that man away from third. That means there are two down and a run in. And Encarnacion will be the batter. He was 3 for 4 with 2 home runs last night. And he'll take ball 1.
Price has got hurt already twice. Too much of the plate to Donaldson and obviously to Bautista.
1-0 Toronto in the first inning. And down low for a ball. Encarnacion just 9 for 39 against David. That's a .231 average. And a 2-0. Foul tip to the mitt. He takes a cut, doesn't he?
He's trying to lift that ball. The ball's right by him.
He's the ultimate pull hitter. Of the 33 pitches he's put in play, only 4 have gone to the right side this season. A strike.
This is free agent season for both of Bautista and Encarnacion. They're going to try to leave. They need to hit those 40 home runs to get their money.
Encarnacion was talking to the Toronto organization in the early days of spring training, but he said once it gets to opening day, we're not talking anymore. It's too big a distraction. So they're not talking anymore. This is swing and a miss, and down he goes on a fastball at 93 miles an hour to strike him out. But Toronto strikes first. They're on the board 1-0 at Fenway. scored, so 1-0 Toronto as we look at the Red Sox lineup. Brought to you by BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. Mookie Betts about to lead it off for the Sox, then Dustin Pedroia, Xander Bogaerts, David Ortiz, Hanley Ramirez at first base with Travis Shaw at third, Brock Holtz in left, Christian Vasquez back behind the plate after a triumphant return to the majors last night. Jackie Bradley in center field facing the right-hander Marco Estrada. In Toronto last weekend, heck, he was superb in a 3-0 victory over the Sox.
All I can tell you is change up, nasty.
First one in there for a strike on Mookie. Yeah, he tossed 7 scoreless innings against the Red Sox. He struck out 8, no runs, 5 hits. And he had the Red Sox searching for that changeup. There's another one in there for a strike, and he is a strike throwing machine.
And that's all you're going to see. Nothing more than that. Maybe 90 max, but that changeup is devastating.
Mookie's hit safely in 4 straight. He was 1 for 5 with an RBI single in the Red Sox win last night. Terrific win for the Red Sox. Because when it starts with great starting pitching, that's what the Red Sox got from Rick Porcello. And ends with Craig Kimbrell throwing 98, 99. That's a good night.
Well, it gave Porcello enough room to make some mistakes. He only made 2. He only gave up 2 hits, both home runs, but he had a 5-1 lead when he gave up the second one.
And you're talking about 2 hits against the best offense in baseball from a year ago. That'll be in there for strike 3. And Mookie will take a seat. 1 man out.
Blue Jays defense brought to you by DraftKings. Starting on the infield from third to first is Donaldson, Tulowitzki, Barney at second, Calabello at first. The outfield Carrera, Pilar in center field, Batista in right, Martin behind the plate, Estrada on the mound.
And Dustin Pedroia in the batter's box hitting right at 300. No homers yet for Petey, but he's reached base in 25 consecutive games against Toronto. And the signs, and I realize it's only the 10th game of the season, but the signs point to an exceptional season for the All-Star second baseman. Shot into right field, well hit. Batista on the move, though, to his right. He'll snag that. Pedroia has hit safely in 8 consecutive games. 2 down.
That's pretty much what he's been doing since the start of the season, is hitting the ball the other way, and it's paid off for him. Hit that ball hard.
Xander Bogaerts next. Xander has a 7-game hitting streak. The Red Sox still have not faced a left-handed starter in 2016. Eck. This is game number 10.
So much for Chris Young having to play. He's your designated hitter or designated left fielder against left-handed pitching. He hasn't seen one.
The Red Sox will not face a left-hander until Patriots Day Monday. Toronto will be starting J.A. Happ in the last game of the series. Toronto ahead 1-0 first inning. Cut on and missed.
There's that changeup, huh? 89-mile-an-hour fastball, 77-mile-an-hour changeup. That's 12 miles an hour difference. It never gets there.
I really wonder about those shadows too, especially with a changeup guy.
Yeah.
And how they're affecting some of those swings.
Fastball spin just doesn't get there.
0-2 on Xander with 2 down, and he bounced it up there. Xander hitting .263. Big Poppy on deck, hoping to hit here in the first inning. Look at what Bogaerts has done. 10 for 29 during the 7-game streak. Popped that one up over short into shallow left, and Carrera in. And that's a fast inning for Estrada. We saw a lot of those in Canada with him on the mound. Red Sox trying to change the script here today. 1-0 Toronto. spring vacation than with your family at Fenway. Plenty of great tickets are still available on the dates April 18 through the 21st. For more information and tickets, visit redsox.com/tickets. A lot of sunshine, but very windy today. 1-0 the Blue Jays. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien with you. Garen Austin will be joining us as well as Troy Tulowitzki gets in to begin the second inning, hitting just 132, but with 2 home runs. He is 4 for 6 with a home run against David Price in a short sample. And a 1-0. Just off the outside edge at 91. Chris Colabello on deck, the 32-year-old from Framingham, Massachusetts. And one of the, I think, best stories in baseball in the last 15 or 20 years. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. To persevere that long to make it to the big leagues.
Undrafted out of Assumption College, he toiled for 7 years in the Independent Canadian American Association for the Worcester Tornadoes.
When Getty was the manager?
Yes. He had some good fortune. He was managed by former Red Sox catcher Rich Gedman. That one swung on and missed. But I mean, 7 years in an independent league that practically no one has ever heard of. He never quit, though, despite years where you earn $700 or $800 a month.
Ooh.
He said as the years went by, you start to have a shadow of a doubt, especially when you get to 27, 28, 29. Guys in the big leagues are considered old at that time. He said in the minors, you're really old. You're ancient by that point.
Well, if you can afford to not give it up, that's what it comes down to. I mean, where are you going to make some money?
Minnesota Twins would eventually take a chance on him in 2012. He was 29 years old when they did. And they offered him a Double-A contract. High fly ball, jack deep to left. Holt backs up on the track to his right, has room, and he makes the catch right up against the W.B. Mason sign. Well, another one on another day. Now, tomorrow in a special fielding episode of NESN Clubhouse, the special guest host is Steve Lyons. Travis Shaw will be sharing the secret to how he broke in his glove as a kid. That and more tomorrow at noon. NESN Clubhouse presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts. And here comes Colabello. That wind a factor already.
Could be 3-0 right now.
Chris hitting .053, no homers, no RBIs, getting a start today. He had lived in Italy for some of his youth because his dad spent 8 years pitching in the Italian Baseball League and actually represented Italy in the 1984 Olympics. So Chris played for Italy in the 13 World Baseball Classic, and he opened some eyes there. Fouls that one away, and in May of 2013 he finally got the call to the majors after all those years in that obscure independent league. And it came in the middle of the night on a team bus ride from Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania to Rochester, New York. He had 5 hours to get home and catch a 6:30 in the morning flight to meet the Twins in Atlanta. And of course, the team bus hit a car an hour out of Rochester. Naturally, given the way it was going for him, he said, I didn't expect it to be easy.
That's nothing. This is better than the 7, 8, 9 years.
Yeah. 0-2 up and away, and then on May 25th of that year got his first major league hit. Made the Twins starting lineup the next year. He had a dazzling start. You may remember that. He set a Minnesota record for RBIs in April at 26. That broke Kirby Puckett's record. And now it's Toronto.
Well, he's got some pop. You don't think of him as being a 300 hitter, but last year he hit over 300. In this lineup, he kind of gets lost in this lineup. Probably gets some pitches to hit.
A big, strong guy at 6'4", 210. And he dribbles that one to first base. Hanley there behind the bag. And that'll be out number 2. That'll send up Russell Martin. Martin's off to a very rough start. You touched on this last night. He's 2 for 30 and he has struck out 15 times. This is a good hitter.
Yes, coming off of 2 good years. Last year he hit 23 home runs with Toronto, but the year before that with Pittsburgh, he probably had his finest year. Almost took them to, well, they did go to the playoffs. Ended up losing again like they have the last 3 years.
And then with Toronto last year going to postseason play with him as the #1 catcher. So he's 2 for 30. Didn't start yesterday, and he's looking at the schedule. He's going, oh, it's David Price I get to start against next. He's 4 for 22 against Price. 1-0 Toronto. Bases empty, 2 down. And zipped in there for a called strike. Price roughed up in the home opener by the Orioles, 5 runs in 5 innings. He had no decision as the Red Sox rallied to tie that game. The 2-1. That'll find the mark.
Boy, he just lives on that outside corner, doesn't he? And he'll show you that little cutter down and in every once in a while. But for the most part, it's fastballs or changeups. A little two-seamer he might run away, but 3 in a row right there.
He says yes to Vasquez and the 2-2. I popped to center. Pedroia racing out. Jackie Bradley coming on, and Jackie will make the play. So Price bounces back. He gets a 1-2-3 here in the 2nd inning. 1-0 Toronto after 1.5. Is brought to you by Subaru Retailers of New England, supplying award-winning all-wheel drive vehicles throughout New England. By buyatoyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. And by T-Mobile. Get major league coverage. T-Mobile has doubled its 4G LTE in the past year. And by Kia. Bottom of the 2nd inning. That's the only thing warm in Fenway today. That wind howling in. But the eating's good, and here's Big Poppy David hitting .333, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. He had Fenway buzzing last night. Not so much for any towering drive, but by his stolen base in the 7th inning. And he bluffs a bunt. Been known to drop one down every once in a while, but his first stolen base X since 2013.
And you were all over it. I was thinking, what is this? He's just running, and they're not going to give, they're not making an attempt to throw him out, so that shouldn't be a stolen base.
I think that 42 inspired him, don't you?
Yeah.
And Jackie Robinson tribute. Of course, everybody in baseball was wearing that number yesterday on Jackie Robinson Day. 4th Red Sox player to steal a base, age 40 or older. Ted Williams, Cy Young, and Ricky Henderson. The others. You played with Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky's the only one that doesn't surprise you, right?
Not a bad list. Hanley Ramirez on deck, and then Travis Shaw. The shift on for David, the 3-1. And he takes ball 4. So he's on again. Walked a couple of times last night.
There he goes.
Side by side comparison of those two 42s.
He could have walked there. Huh? They could care less.
So David's on. He becomes the first base run of the day. And here comes Hanley. First inning last night, he fouled the ball hard off his foot. But a key play in the win happened just after that as he busted it up the line on a pass ball on Josh Thole. Despite striking out, he was safe. That would have been the third out had he been thrown out to complete the K, but it kept the inning alive. Next batter was Travis Shaw. He ripped a double to score 2 runs as that one is popped foul back out of place. It was a huge play.
You thought he would have been distracted by throwing his bat so far like he did, but he had the wherewithal to know that, guess what, the ball got away from the catcher.
Yep.
And he hauled to first base and made it. Extended that inning.
His bat almost made it to the Mass Pike.
He did it twice. The next time up he did the same thing.
They're holding on Big Papi after last night's theft. The 0-1 in for a strike. Hanley 2 for 3 against Estrada in Toronto. He was the one guy who saw him well in that game. 1-0 Blue Jays. Travis Shaw the next man up. Red Sox team that has been scoring since opening day, did not against Estrada but against just about everybody else. So John Farrell has been thrilled with the lineup and the depth of the lineup. You know, people are talking about Christian Vasquez as well. You know, he's a defensive specialist. He certainly is a great defensive presence, but he is not an automatic out.
No, not that. When he first came up, I didn't think he swung the bat that well at all. Just trying to hit the ball the other way. But now you see him trying to turn on the ball. I think he's got a lot more confidence.
2 hits last night. He's also one of the better bunters on this team. So something to keep in mind when that's required. He can drop it down. The 1-2 to Hanley. Puts it in play. Chopper to third. Donaldson slings it into second. Got one there on to first and safe. Hanley Ramirez again up that line quickly. So no double play.
Like Donaldson took too long to get it to Barney at second base. This is a high chopper playing way back. He waits back on it. The throw to Barney's got more than enough time. Doesn't get enough on it. See this play develops. Takes a little too long. Barney backs off. Makes the throw safe, easy. You like that Hanley's hustling down the line.
So he's on at first base, and a left-hand hitter Travis Shaw next. He had a good night last night with a 2-run double in the first inning plus 2 walks and hitting .308. Line shot for a base hit to right, and then Ramirez will stop at second base. So Shaw keeps on swinging a good stick. First and second now with 1 down for Brock Holt.
We got him out front right there, but he just flipped that changeup into right field. Starts him off with a changeup. See that 3-finger grip. Ball's up a little bit. End of the bat, still hooks it into right field. Base hit. First and second. 1 out.
Toronto ahead at the moment, 1-0. Brock Holt has been scuffling a bit as of late. 0 for 3 last night. He's 0 for his last 12. So a bit of a drought for Brock. Trying to get it going again right now against Marco Estrada. And a right-hander from Mexico with his first offering. And that'll be in there for a called strike.
Boy, he's got that low fastball right on the lower part of the strike zone. Then he'll start that changeup right there. Hard to lay off of.
Brock actually prefers the daytime. He's a .338 career hitter in 88 day games. That's a strike. And again, right on the black.
You don't see too many curveballs. I think he features this to left-handers. A little backdoor curveball right on the black.
One man out. And the 0-2 to Brock. Waved at and missed. That one disappeared, and down he goes, strike three.
Boy, you see that changeup, what it does. He starts that fastball off down low, makes you think, well, this might be a fastball. He painted me the first pitch, and then disappears. Great pitch.
So 2 down sends up Christian Vasquez. Came back to the big leagues in style last night. 2 for 4, scored 2 runs, and picked off Troy Tulowitzki at first base as part of a strike him out, throw him out double play, and also did a great job catching Rick Porcello, who was raving about him afterwards. The leadership, the energy that he shows back there.
And we'll get into talking about pitch framing. Last night he framed a couple of balls that the umpire Barnett gave to Porcello last night. Had a lot to do with the way that he handled it.
Here's the 1-0. High fly down the right field line, giving Chase Bautista near the stands, off into the seats.
You see Vasquez last night, you know, the backdoor pick. He loves that play. And you see the first time up, just missed a home run by not too far, right? Maybe 4 feet.
Yep.
And a double off the wall. I mean, what a way to come back to the big leagues after missing a year.
And a base hit and a double. So the swing in good shape. He was swinging it pretty well for the Paw Sox. Now with a chance to put the Red Sox on the board. A base hit will tie this game against Estrada and Toronto. Lash foul out of play. Steve Lyons said it after the game. You know, if you're Toronto, watching Vasquez throw last night, the stop sign just went up for the rest of the series. And a great throwing catcher can do that. He's at about 90% of his recovered arm strength. He's not entirely back yet. Despite what that throw looked like yesterday, he can throw it even better than that. Chop foul. 90% of him is pretty darn good.
Well, the thing about it is that there's not a whole lot of clubs that do a lot of stealing anyway. In fact, this club in particular, Pilar is the only guy that runs here. Stole maybe 24 bases last year. So a lot of clubs don't steal, and he's the. But I know what you're saying. I mean, this guy was just like Pudge Rodriguez. I mean, everybody stopped running when he's behind the plate.
Well, you know, a couple of years ago when he had 52% caught stealing, he was at like 173, 174 down to second, which is off the charts. 1-2 buried and stopped by Martin.
I wish I had him when I was pitching, but I think he had no chance even when I was pitching. That's how slow I was. I'm not kidding. I was slow.
Nobody ever got on against you.
They got on, but I was slow. And then they started working the slide stuff with me, and I didn't like that. But you had to do something about it.
Did you ever get it down, that slide step?
Not really. I got it down, but the ball went up.
Here's the 2-2. Fouled away again, and Vasquez being very pesky up there. 25-year-old from Puerto Rico. Nice catch made here. Take a look. It's an outstanding play.
She would have caught it.
What a gentleman.
Yeah.
Ooh. Cut on and missed. Down he goes. That one ran in. A fastball in on the fists to strike him out. So the Red Sox threaten but do not score. It's still 1-0 Toronto after 2. Watertown Police Department tomorrow at 10 a.m. for the 3rd annual Finish Strong 5K. Come celebrate the community and heroes who showed their strength in Boston's darkest hours. Proceeds benefit the Watertown Police Association's youth community programs and school safety initiatives. For more information, visit watertownstrong.racewire.com. Darwin Barney to lead it off here in the 3rd inning. 1-0 Toronto. They got that on a Donaldson triple followed by a Bautista double in the 1st inning. Bautista then cut down trying to get to 3rd base after an official review was upheld. Barney 273, no home runs, former Gold Glove second baseman for the Chicago Cubs, and he rattles that one foul.
Where did he go? To the Dodgers right away after the Cubs, didn't he?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he just didn't swing the bat.
Always a good defender. They got him at second base. He played a little third when Sox were in Toronto, and Donaldson was the DH last week. He can pick it. 1-2. David Price is on the cover of the first Red Sox magazine. You can see here at the ballpark for 2016. You get a copy. Gordon Eads has written a wonderful story about him. Floater towards center, an easy play for Jackie as he backs up to put it away. Let's go down to Garen Austin for more on Pablo Sandoval. Garen.
Thanks, OB. Yeah, a quick update on Pablo Sandoval. John Farrell today said that Sandoval will travel on Monday to meet with Dr. Andrews to get a second opinion on his shoulder after the initial MRI. Farrell said once they get those results, Dr. Andrews will work with the Red Sox team medical staff to decide what the best course of action is. And guys, Sandoval spoke with reporters last night. He didn't want to say what was wrong, but he said it's really bad, and he wants that second opinion and to talk to Dr. Andrews so he can decide what he's going to do.
All right, Garen, thanks very much. Boy, you start throwing around Dr. Andrews. As Carrera bluffs a bunt to bring in Shaw, and that'll be ball 1.
I thought, to be honest with you, that it was no big deal. I thought he showed up the other day and said, my shoulder hurts. I didn't think anything of it. I thought, you know, it's bothering him. If it's something serious, it's like a surprise.
1-0 pitch trims the corner. Carrera, a guy certain to run if he gets on. Pilar on deck. 1-0 Toronto. Sox right now 2.5 behind the Baltimore Orioles, who rallied to win on 5 homers yesterday. They're now 8-2.
Trumbo went deep twice again. Trumbo's hot.
Sure is. Price with a 2-1 pitch now to the number 9 hitter. Check swing and a foul. DraftKings is the official one-day fantasy baseball partner of the Red Sox. Experience the thrill of playing on DraftKings right now, and you can play free daily using the promo code NESSON at DraftKings.com. In that story that Gordon has written for the Red Sox magazine, he talks with David Price. Very insightful story about how Price came very close to quitting his freshman year at Vanderbilt University. Also lets us in on his personality as a teammate. His Toronto teammates just rave about him. Well, he bought every one of them a scooter last year. You'd rave about that guy too.
Yeah. He's left-handed, man.
3-2 fought off foul. As he used to tool around in one. Guys are saying, hey, that's nice. Really like your scooter. Oh, do you want one? Well, he gave everybody one.
Where do you ride a scooter? Downtown? I mean, you can't be a long ways away.
Anywhere you want.
I guess. I can't see myself riding a scooter, to be honest with you.
I could see you pulling that off with the proper headgear.
With the headgear.
You want a chopper. High chop foul.
Jerry's the one that his nickname's Scooter, right?
I'm not going there.
I know. I think it was. They used to call him Scooter. He's the one that should have a scooter.
So we got Remdog and Scooter. So if I drop Scooter on him.
Yeah, ask him that. I think they called him Scooter.
That's what Jim Rice calls him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't like that.
Heck, OB, I honestly can't see either one of you on a scooter. I can't see myself on a scooter, so.
I cannot see you on a scooter, that's for sure, Garen. Here's
no, I'd probably crash it, so yeah, I'll stay away from that.
3-2 fouled back by Carrera. Yeah, don't go there. 1-0 Toronto in the 3rd. Pilar, the on-deck hitter. One thing about David Price, you want to know where to find him in between starts. It's always on the top step of the dugout and cheerleading. Is roundly hailed as a great teammate. A 3-2. Routine play for Pedroia at second base. That'll be 2 up and 2 down. Follow Red Sox baseball live with MLB.com at bat. Stay up to the moment with Game Day, live game video highlights and more. Download MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball, on your smartphone and tablet today. Here's Pilar. He's 0 for 1.
I saw somewhere where the Kimbrel gave a couple of rookies watches. Did you see that?
Really nice watches.
Nice watches. To
I think Noe Ramirez was one of them.
Yeah, and Barnes.
Yeah.
So congratulations on making the team or something like that. 2016. That's a nice gesture.
Very classy. Fastball drilled in there for a strike on Pilar, who is the only full-time position player in the majors who has not drawn a walk. Well, he only walked 28 times all last year, so he's not terribly fond of it. 1-2.
Great changeup again by Price. He started to get locked in and out. He saw fastball in, came back with a changeup away. Got him way out in front. He's not your prototypical leadoff hitter, obviously, Pilar, if he's not walking.
He'll take one just outside. The left side of the Red Sox infield had started toward the dugout, thinking that was strike 3.
Looked like it cut on the corner. Didn't get it.
Angel Hernandez said no. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Donaldson would hit next. Cut on and missed. Down he goes. That'll be next inning, Donaldson. Because Price strikes out Pilar for the second time, and it's 1-0 Toronto. Red Sox moment honoring the 1986 Red Sox in their 10th game of the '86 campaign. The Red Sox beat the White Sox 2-1. Bruce Hurst tossed a complete game. He struck out 11 in his first win in 1986. Jim Rice with an RBI. Up the middle, softly hit. Tulowitzki off balance, but not in time. And Jackie Bradley is on. Jackie had 2 hits last night to honor his namesake, Jackie Robinson. And on again.
Little cut fastball. Jackie picks it right back up the middle off of Estrada. A nice play by Tulo to get to it, but too late.
And now they're coming out To the pitcher's mound, Toronto bringing the trainer to take a look at Estrada.
Didn't look like that big a deal. Might have got him on the shin or something. He's
and flexing that leg. Take another look.
See this cutter right down the middle, right back at you. Ankle.
He didn't have much of a reaction, did he?
No, it's not like the ball just hit him and dropped right in front of him. That would seem to hurt more, but because it just sort of glanced. Yeah, he's fine.
Let's see if he hangs in there. A couple of pitches. Still kind of flexing as John Gibbons looks on, but he is going to hang in there.
Didn't seem like anything serious. Easy for me to say. Surprised they even stopped the game for that.
You sound like one of those guys from like the 1920s. I'm surprised they even stopped the game for that. He's not bleeding.
Yeah.
Jackie aboard. Here's Mookie Betts, who struck out looking his first time up, and he'll take one low for ball one. I'm with you. It did not appear to be hit all that hard.
No, but he's still playing with it. I think it's his ankle. I think it's his left ankle.
Mookie 0 for 6 in his career against Marco Estrada. Like to break that up right now. He's had a good homestand coming into today, 8 for 19 with a homer. Red Sox trail 1-0 in the third as they bid for a third consecutive win. Jackie at first base. Red Sox have stolen 8 out of 9 bases, 8 out of 9 attempts. Stopped by Martin and a runner holding. It's a very high success rate so far.
You hope it bothers that feel for his changeup, because that's his bread and butter, and he's still playing with that calf maybe. Jackie over at first base has yet to be thrown out trying to steal.
Here's the 2-1 to Mookie Betts. Runner holding. Popped up on the right side. The sun, a bit of a battle, but Colabello will put that away right on the cut of the grass. So one man is out. A limited number of Patriot State tickets were just released, so don't miss out on spending a beautiful day at the ballpark, and it's going to be. The forecast for Monday, sunny, temperatures up near 70. Visit redsox.com or call 877 Red Sox 9 to get your tickets. We would love to have you with us here on such a great day, Patriots Day and Marathon Monday. Here's Pedroia. PD 0 for 1. He hit it sharply, but he lined to Batista in right first time up. He takes ball one. Pedroia trying to extend his hitting streak to 9 in a row. He's also made several superb plays defensively already. Said he feels great. His hands are feeling great. And that's huge. Hard ground ball and off the glove of Donaldson. It's going to roll into left field, backed up by Tulowitzki. Bradley into second on what should be a base hit. So 2 men on with 1 out for the Red Sox.
Kind of a weird attempt there by Donaldson at third. He kind of side straddles this thing. You see, plays it to his side off of his glove. I thought he was going to make the play here. He would have had to hurry up and get up and throw the ball to second base for a force out. Would have been his only play, I think, but that's a base hit.
Now Xander Bogaerts, who is 0 for 1 with a fly to left. That will be a hit for Pedroia, so a 9-game hitting streak. Red Sox getting better swings already against Estrada than they did in Canada. Xander is yet to homer on the young campaign, and he'll take a breaking ball in there for a strike.
Starting to mix that breaking ball in.
Yeah, curveball there to Xander. who is 1 for 12 lifetime against Marco Estrada. Bradley at second, Pedroia at first, so good speed on the bases. Toronto ahead 1-0. Here's a high deep drive into left field, carrying back, way back, and she's gone into the monster seats for a 3-run homer. Number 1 for Xander in 2016.
Boy, he put a charge into that ball. That ball came out of nowhere, a bullet. This fastball looks like it's down and in. Watch him snap this thing right out of here. Look at that. Low, middle, and he just scorches this ball. You're not even thinking home run right now. He gets a fastball and does not miss it. Head down. Ball got out of here in a hurry.
He dropped the hammer on that one. Don't you think you're going to see a lot more of that kind of swing and home runs from him?
You hope so. I mean, that's what we talk about all the time. The only thing missing is power, and he's got the power.
On that topic, here's David Ortiz. Speedway is proud to be New England's first choice for value and convenience, and for every Sox homer this season, Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Stop by a Speedway store near you. Swinging a ground ball to the left side, gobbled up by Donaldson. That's the third baseman with the throw. This is a Red Sox offense that's exciting to watch because it's playing with such confidence.
You know, you add that dimension to it too, because you don't think of Bogaerts as a home run hitter, right? I mean, we're all hoping that he progresses into a 20 home run guy. Hasn't shown it thus far, and that's kind of a nice sign right there to see. We've been seeing a lot of ground balls, you know, line drives the other way, and then boom, out of nowhere, he just snaps one out of the ballpark.
His first of the year, hit 7 last year. Here's Hanley with a little chop for strike 1. So the Sox in front, 3-1 here against Toronto. That flag was pretty still up above the 379 mark. Across for a strike.
Well, Estrada doesn't have enough gas to throw it by you, but he gets you off balance with that changeup. You see the curveball there, but he was looking down and he got a fastball, and I mean, he nailed it.
Ramirez has hit 1 so far, hitting 289. 0-2 is ripped down the right field line, slicing toward that pesky pole, and that's going to be a fair ball. Hanley's taken out for second, and they won't get him. He slides in with a double. He almost snuck one out of here.
That's almost a hair from a home run, isn't it? It's got to be. We got to get a look at that. I thought I was going to hit the foul pole for a second. Hit the top of the fence. It had to, and stayed in here. See him slice that ball. He just flicked it out there, barely could reach it. Where's that ball hit? Oh, right at the top. Almost a foul pole.
Almost foul.
But it almost hit the yellow pesky pole. Look at that, was close.
A few more inches. And that maybe skips off into the crowd, but
that would have been 3 of them we've seen already this year. 2 by Hardy we saw in Baltimore. But it hits the pad right up between the yellow pole and the yellow painted line.
So 2 bases for Hanley. Travis Shaw trying to pick him up. He's 1 for 1 with a single. It's only 302 feet to the pesky pole, as J.J. Hardy can tell you. A couple of cheap home runs for him.
You wonder about Estrada with his leg, whether his calf is hurting him or what, but it hasn't been good since he got hit in the leg.
This inning, 2 singles, a home run, and a double. Tried to hold up, but he couldn't do it. A swing and a miss on Travis. His last 10 games against Toronto, this goes back to last year, they've had a lot of trouble keeping him off base. He has an on-base percentage over 500. He's hitting almost 400 against them over a 10-game span. Bounced up the line a bit, but Hanley will hold at second base. Will not try for third. 2 down. Red Sox ahead 3-1 here in the third inning.
Estrada kind of came out of nowhere last year to win 13 games. Any time before that, he'd only won 7 games. He's been in big leagues quite a while, but a little breakout party last year for him.
Yeah, at the age of 31. 2-2. Brock Holt on deck. Base hit would make it 4-1. This is pitch number 50 now. Check swing, and that's outside. Good take there by Travis, who is hitting .333 and should also hit home runs. He hit 13 of them in 65 games last year, none yet in 2016. But we saw that power last season. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. There's a shot for a base hit through the hole. Hanley hitting third. Carrera up and gunning. Going to be a play at the plate, and he is safe. Did he touch home plate? He did. That run scores, and down to second is Travis Shaw.
Kind of strange that Hanley didn't slide at home plate. Little stutter step. He got in. But you see a breaking ball that Travis stays back on. Big hole open right there, right to the shortstop position. Carrera throw to the plate up the line. Hanley's already by him. See him, little stutter step right there. He couldn't get the tag on him. You see, I didn't see him touch the base though. You see that? Oh, then he did.
I think he did the second time. Yeah.
A little off balance. Throw up the line. He gets in.
So the Sox in front 4-1. Here's Brock Holt now. And he can make it 5-1 because Shaw took second base on the throw by Carrera. And Eck, I think you're absolutely onto something. He's not the same pitcher since he took that ground ball off the leg by Jackie Bradley, which went for an infield hit. Bounding ball to Barney. And that will retire the side. Well, how about Xander Bogaerts launching one of the monster seats, his first home run of the season. Big inning for the Sox. Spanks a 3-run homer to light up the offense for the Red Sox. They add another, now on top 4-1 as we go to the top half of the fourth inning. So wiggle room for the left-hander David Price.
Well, he's not going to give up a 3-run lead again. I mean, you never see that happen. Last game against Baltimore he did, had a terrible inning. giving up 5 on a 3-run home run by Trumbo.
Donaldson flicks that one foul. He tripled and scored their run. To this day, he is an avid collector of baseball cards. Tells the story of when he was little. His mom drove him 6 hours to Atlanta just to get David Justice's autograph.
So he's a big fan.
Huge baseball fan. Big time collector of memorabilia. He says he'd rather spend all day in New York on an off day hunting through the memorabilia stores than anything else. And he's after a 1951 Mickey Mantle rookie card.
Well, he's got a lot of iron to go spend on it now. He got a 2-year deal, didn't he?
He'll need it because that card, they were thinking maybe about $1 million right now. And he was looking for your help, Beck.
He's not going to find any. He's going to make a lot of money in this game, this kid.
Cut on and missed. He went chasing. Bautista on deck, and then Encarnacion.
That changeup is a huge pitch for David Price.
He has 3 strikeouts, hasn't walked anyone, and he's allowed 2 hits. Sox have out hit them 6-2. Fouled away, just got a piece. Now you go back to 2013. He's hit 36 home runs off left-handers. That's #1 in all of baseball. Take a look at those shadows. Pitcher still in a little bit of sunshine and casting a shadow of his own. Check swing. Did he go? No, he didn't, says Lance Barksdale.
Talk about the 41 home runs he hit last year. See if he went on this pitch. High fastball. Not even close. Meanwhile, you got to play him straight up because he hits the ball over the ballpark. You know, he hit close to 300 last year. It's not like he's just one-dimensional. Yes.
2-2, got him on the corner. Strike 3. So he'll take a seat.
You make pitches like he did with his changeup outside corner, and you could do that inside. You will freeze anybody. That is paint inside corner.
I love that sign, by the way. Did you see that?
No.
Strikeout victims enter here, and an arrow pointing. That's great stuff.
That might have been inside, but I got to have it, and so does David.
Here's Bautista. He has doubled in a run, then he was cut down at third, trying to make it a triple. By the way, did you see who's here today?
Redford?
The Natural is here today. One and only Robert Redford, along with the great Mike Barnacle and Larry Lucchino. Now that's
a trio right there.
That's a trio for you,
isn't it?
Those are 3 guys I want to have dinner with. I want to have a steak with those guys.
You wouldn't think Robert Redford would be with those 2 guys, would you? Does it go along with them?
Oh yeah.
Does it? I thought Tom Werner, right? Because he's in the business.
Bautista went lunging but did not offer. Now, is it true that Redford is a natural right-handed hitter? And did he have to learn how to hit left-handed for the movie?
Well, he hit left-handed. I don't know if he's natural which way or not. But they tried to make that big deal out of Kurt Gibson's home run being the natural. Remember? That's why I got sick of that.
I bet you did.
Yes, I did. That's why when you said natural, it goes right through me.
I'm sorry, Eck. That's in there for a strike. I didn't realize that was still getting to you all of these years. You're in Cooperstown.
Oh no,
now.
I'm fine with it, but it does bring that up. Yep. They played that the next day.
Over and over. Oh
yeah.
They?
Remember?
Yeah, to death. You're right.
To death. Yes.
I apologize again. The 3-1 is pop foul out of play.
But the natural goes right through me.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean? I
understand.
I love Robert Redford, though. I think he's a great actor.
What's my favorite baseball movie of all time?
Is it?
I love The Natural. Roy Hobbs. I mean, he was Roy Hobbs.
Yeah.
He was the embodiment of that character.
They shot that movie at that Buffalo Stadium, right? The minor league Buffalo, right?
A great park.
Yes.
Great old baseball park. Line shot. That one stoked down into the corner and a fair ball. Holt over to pick it up on the side track. He's going to hold him to a base hit. That was very well played. So it'll be a single and a noisy single for Bautista. He's 2 for 2.
Well, he's made some noise today. He almost hit a 2-run bomb in the first inning, and he should have not gone to third base, got thrown out. Then he hits a rope down the line there, a fastball that he just turned on. Thought better of it. Going to second base, probably smart on his part, not trying to go to second. He's already got thrown out at third. You don't want to do that.
So a man on for Encarnacion. He struck out in the first inning. Red Sox ahead 4-1. Encarnacion with a pair of home runs last night, but that was the only damage against Rick Porcello. The bullpen was also superb again. Carson Smith's getting closer and closer to returning. The bullpen has been a serious position of strength for the Red Sox, an area you can really consider a backbone. Much improved from last year here in the early going. And it's going to get better when Carson comes in. A 6'7", everything downhill at about 95, 96. Shot to center. Jackie Bradley racing for the warning track on the move. He won't get it. Right at the base of the 379 mark. It bounds back. He has some trouble with it. Here comes Bautista. He's in to score, no throw. And that'll make it 4-2. Encarnacion hit it a long, long way to one of the deepest parts of Fenway.
When he first lunged for this, you didn't think he hit this ball all that well. You see him lunge out over there and just flick it. And that ball went a long ways. Jackie couldn't catch up with it. Ball kind of got away from him. One hopped the wall, short hopped the wall. You knew Bautista was going to score as soon as that happened.
Well, this is the most troublesome part of their lineup, and it has been troublesome for Price. Donaldson has a triple. Bautista is 2 for 2. And now Encarnacion has a long double. That brings up Tulowitzki. 0 for 1 with a fly to left. Only one out and a run in. This is a Blue Jay offense that really keeps coming at you. Ground ball toward third fair. Shaw behind the bag throws on target. The runner holding at second. 2 down. Tulowitzki going after the first pitch, which he loves to do. He's homered on the first pitch 40 times in his career. But a ground out here.
Well, a lot of guys are anxious when guys get in scoring position, but you would think everybody would know that he likes to swing at the first pitch.
2 away for Colabello. Chris 0 for 1 with a ground ball to first. Tell you what, the wind has settled down over the last 45 minutes or so, and ball has really started to carry.
Yeah, because it didn't knock down that Encarnacion fly ball.
A very nice sunny Saturday afternoon here at Yawkey Way, and there's a high pop up in his short right. Pedroia over. Betts coming in, and Petey will take it. He staggers a bit, but he makes the play to retire the side. The Blue Jays back on the board. 4-2 Red Sox. Coors Banquet timeless moment. On this date in 1935, Babe Ruth returned to Boston, making his National League debut at the Boston Braves at Braves Field. He went 2 for 4 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and a Braves 4-2 win over the New York Giants. Back at Fenway as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Red Sox leading Toronto 4-2. Dennis Eckersley, the Hall of Famer, alongside Dave O'Brien and Garen Austin. And Christian Vasquez 0 for 1 with a strikeout will lead things off against Estrada, who struggled through the 3rd inning, and he faced 8 Red Sox hitters. 4 of them scored on 5 hits, including a 3-run homer by Xander Bogaerts. So the Red Sox with the lead and with David Price on the mound. And slicer foul back out of play. Jackie Bradley on deck, and then Mookie Betts.
Estrada, he can give up some home runs. I mean, that's when he pitches the way he does. I mean, he hopes they're solos, but you look at over the last couple of years, he gave up 29 2 years ago, and last year he gave up over 20. But the league only hit 203 off of him last year, which is phenomenal.
Well, you know, you're talking about a guy who last year was a near the back of their rotation pitcher, but he won 13 games. You'd take that on any staff. That's a strike. Went 13-8 with an ERA of 3.13. As you look at R.A. Dickey, who's been very happy with the way he's been throwing it. Swinging a ground ball deep short, through for a base hit. Vasquez on. That's his 3rd hit in 2 days.
He's finding a hole right there.
Well, Eck, you got to love the way he's been swinging the bat since the Red Sox called him up yesterday. A couple of line drives off the wall yesterday. We talk about his defense. The Red Sox believe he is not an automatic out and that he can help out on the offensive end.
And we've seen that early on. For him, I think that goes a long ways. You know, when he first came up here, he just tried to hit the ball the other way, just like he's slapping the ball. But I think the confidence is there. I mean, obviously, he made his presence known last night all the way around.
Jackie Bradley with a base hit up the middle, his first time up. That was off the pitcher Estrada. Seemed to shake up the right-hander as it caught him on the leg. So Jackie is now hitting .310. No homers and 4 RBIs. And he punches one foul back out of play. Here's the 1-1. Got jammed, a trickler. Pitcher with a nice play. Estrada cut that one off. Down to second is Vasquez, and the pitcher makes the out at first. Sox fans looking for the best seats to the biggest games? Well, check out the official Red Sox ticket resale marketplace. It's RedSoxReplay.com, the best place for season ticket holders to sell their tickets when they can't make it to the game.
He's probably going to come out of this game the way he's limping around right there.
Now the trainer poised to come to the field again to attend to Estrada. And take another look as he had to range far toward first base to make that stab.
See him reach as far as he could. He's limping to begin with. He loses his balance, gets back, makes the tag, and right away he's looking for help in the dugout.
Well, they have nobody warming in their bullpen right now. They're going to watch him toss a couple. Marco Estrada's pitching line is brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. So far 3 1/3, 7 hits, 4 earned runs. A very different outing than the one he pitched against the Sox in Canada. Apparently he's all right.
He had a bad back coming out of spring training, I think it was.
He did.
Yep. So now he's got a bad calf.
Now Mookie gets in. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-up. That's a strike. Mookie had an excellent series against the Orioles as he went 7 for 14. Run his hitting streak to 4 in a row. Try to pick up Vasquez at second base with 1 away. 1 ball and 1 strike. We had a shot there of Robert Redford. Do you have a favorite Redford film?
Butch Cassidy, probably, because I like Paul Newman too. And weren't they both in that, right? Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid.
All-time classic.
Yeah, it has to be.
Who are those guys?
Were they both in Sting? The Sting.
They
too?
were in
right,
The Sting,
right.
which was another great film.
I guess I like The Sting when I think about it more than Butch Cassidy.
That had a great cast in it.
Yeah. I think that's Buckholz's wife too.
That's Lindsay. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep. All the President's Men for me, I think.
Okay, there you go.
With Dustin Hoffman. Check swing, and it's down low. And he was also a fine director. Remember the film Ordinary People? He won an Academy Award for that.
Well, he's the reason why there's the Sundance Film Festival, right?
That's correct.
I think.
Yep. One man out. Here comes the 2-2 to Mookie. He spoiled that one. Red Sox in the lead here, 4-2 in the 4th inning. The Orioles play later tonight in Texas. Right now, Baltimore at 8-2. The hottest team in baseball at the moment is Washington. They've won 6 in a row, and they're 8-1. And Estrada with a 2-2. Couldn't get Mookie to offer. Over 7 scoreless innings in Toronto against the Red Sox. Estrada allowed only 5 hits. He's already given up 7 today. And some shots. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled back again. Just better swings today.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if when he goes into the dugout, if he makes it out of this inning, if he comes back.
At the moment, 68 pitches. He's in his 2nd season with Toronto. That Bugs Bunny changeup of his hasn't been quite as animated today as it was at Rogers Center. 3-2, a high fly to center field, but it won't carry. Charging in fact, Pilar still coming. He'll make the catch. So there are 2 down. Step up your hockey game with Bruins Academy, an all-new show just for kids who love the game of hockey. Don't miss an all-new episode tomorrow night at 7:30. To get involved in the show, visit bostonbruins.com/Bruins Academy. Bruins not in the playoffs. That's tough to take because there's nothing like playoff hockey. It's the best.
I thought everybody gets into playoffs in hockey.
You realize not one Canadian team made it?
That's what's incredible.
Isn't that amazing?
It really is.
Here's Dustin Pedroia, 1 for 2 with a single and a liner to right. To run his hitting streak to 9 straight. He'll take a strike. We were talking about this earlier, how big it is for Dustin for his hands to feel great. Back in 2007, he cracked the hamate bone in his left hand. He tore a muscle in his right thumb in 2012. And this is the best his hands have felt in years. A ball player needs his hands.
You never knew really what was really wrong with him. You knew something was wrong. He wasn't going to let on. I mean, when he hurt his hand, opening day diving, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Head first.
And last year was a hamstring more than anything.
Right.
That cut down his games, but his hands never felt very good either. Pounded in there for a called strike. You can see by the way he's swinging the bat and playing defense that he's in top shape. Hitting .310 right now. Runner at second base in Vasquez with 2 down. And wind is kicked up again. 4-2 Red Sox in the 4th. And a high twisting pop over first down the line. Colabello going to be a tough play, but he makes it over near the tarp. Over the shoulder catch to retire the side. So the Red Sox will strand 1. We're on to the 5th. 4-2 Red Sox. Here at Fenway Park, Red Sox ahead 4-2 over Toronto. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, Garen Austin. Great to have you with us as we go to the top half of the 5th inning. And it'll be Martin and Barney and Carrera against David Price. So this is the bottom third of the order. When you talk about Toronto's lineup, it certainly has a murderer's row feel when you talk about Donaldson, Bautista, Encarnacion, Tulowitzki, and certainly Russell Martin when he's going well, but he's not going well right now. And the bottom third of the order, I would say from 6, 7, 8, 9.
Right, there's like sort of a black hole right there.
Yeah.
These guys are all about their first 5 hitters, all right-handed.
Now Martin can make a difference when he's swinging a good bat, but he's in a big hole himself right now. 2 for 31 to start the season.
I mean, he has to be right to make this the lineup that they talk about that is so awesome.
Right now they're 5 and 6. So choppy out of the gate.
You know what they've gotten is pretty good pitching other than R.A. Dickey. I mean, their other 4 starters have done a nice job.
Of course, Price was with them last year. Dave went 9-1 for them, as he won 18 games between Toronto and Detroit. That one ripped up the middle for a base hit. It was on a 2-1 pitch.
Watch your lips right there. That ball's right at his head.
Pennant fever is going on right now at Jordan's Furniture. If the Sox and the Yankees meet in the League Championship Series for the pennant, you could win free furniture and mattresses. It's pennant fever, and it's going on right now. Go Sox. David Price ducking a bit after this shot.
Martin's just looking to make contact the way he's swinging the bat. He stings this ball. Lucky that ball wasn't a couple feet lower.
Here's Darwin Barney, 0 for 1. He's fly to center. He starts him off with a changeup in there for strike 1.
Changeup, fastball, cutter. That's pretty much what he does. Been throwing a lot of balls away to right-handed hitters.
Price now in his 8th major league season.
Doesn't get that ball in, swings through it. I mean, he's had a hard time getting that ball inside, especially in the first inning. It almost cost him a 2-run home run, but that's supposed to be inside. That's not even close to being inside.
A couple of years ago, David Price said, "I still want to strike everybody out." Love to do it with Barney right here with nobody out, runner at first base.
There, he got that ball inside. But for a big guy, the way he throws, I mean, he recoils almost when he throws a baseball. He doesn't get all the way in through it. It's just so strong. Hard to run on. He doesn't lift his leg very high at all and gets that kind of velocity.
Martin leading at first base, and he's holding, and it's Luke Fowl out of play. You know, NESN is looking for youth baseball and softball teams to be a live studio audience for NESN Clubhouse. Visit NESNClubhouse.com and click on studio audience to enter your son or daughter's team today. Oh, 2 on Darwin Barney. Red Sox ahead 4-2 after getting 4 runs in the 3rd inning, and 3 of those on a home run by Xander Bogaerts. Price with a long look in, very deliberate now, and a runner on.
Little cutter, backdoor cutter right here.
And yes, got him. Good call, Lick. 89 with the cut fastball, and strikes him out. With 1 man out.
You see this little cut he has on this ball, just barely nips the outside corner, a little up. Hernandez gives it to him.
Let's go down to Guerin.
Thanks, OB. I talked to David Price yesterday, and he said that he was looking forward to making his second start at Fenway, and he was looking forward to facing his former team, although they're a tough team to pitch against. He also said that he hasn't been throwing the ball the way that he knows that he can, and he was looking forward to doing that today. And guys, he also talked about Christian Vasquez, and he said that he has an amazing ability for somebody who's so young, and it's fun to watch. Eck, how important was it for you to develop a relationship with your catchers?
I'll tell you what, you have to have a relationship with your catchers. You got to get lucky to have a good one, really.
Carrera bunting up the first base line. It's going to keep on rolling. They're going to let it roll, and a foul ball.
Whoa.
That got within about 5 or 6 feet of the bag.
You can't bunt it much better than that. So he was off and running with this bunt. Beautiful bunt. Once it got off the grass, it had a chance to go foul, and it did.
A Carrera guy can really haul. He's 0 for 1 today with a ground ball to second. Russell Martin, the runner at first base. Red Sox with a 2-run lead here in the 5th. Trying to knock off Toronto again. If the Red Sox win this game, they're going to be 4-1 against the Blue Jays. And when you looked at the schedule before the season began, that one lined and caught by Bogaerts back to first base, but not in time for the double play. And he does get the out on the liner, and there are 2 down.
This ball is stung. Nice piece of hitting by Carrera. Too bad that wasn't a one-hopper. They would have turned a double play ball. Heads up by Martin not to get off too far at first base.
Well, you would have thought, I mean, with all these games against Toronto early on, they were all going to be a struggle with their lineup and as hot as they were coming off of last year. But to this point, the Red Sox have played them exceptionally tough.
All of a sudden, isn't it funny how everybody said, oh, my, Toronto, look out, Toronto, they are a powerhouse. And it's like, it's kind of scary, right? And then we have a chance to go 4-1 against them early on.
Pilar pops up a bunt. Vasquez cradles it. He makes a sliding play. Well, he could do it all. Got back there very quickly. It never got very high off the ground. 4-2 Red Sox. Large fountain or frozen beverage for less than $3. Take a break from the drive-through routine and the endless lines with lunch for under $3 at Cumberland Farms. Halfway through now to the bottom half of the 5th inning on this Saturday, and Xander Bogaerts has already blasted a 3-run homer to lead things off. Estrada's still out there. Red Sox ahead 4-2. David Ortiz on deck. The Red Sox landed Xander in 2009 out of Aruba when they were wrapping up their visit with his twin brother Jair, who's a first baseman. And then they asked, well, is there anybody else on the island we should see? And Jair said, well, yeah. Xander was confined to bed. He was recovering from the chicken pox at the time. They had to call Xander's mom, Sandra, to talk her into allowing him to go to the workout. When he showed up, he was all broad-shouldered, looked like a great athlete, great smile, looked like he had just gotten out of bed because he had. And then he blew them away in the workout. He was tremendous, and they immediately signed him to a $410,000 bonus. Right back to the pitcher and on to first base for the out. Jair no longer plays, but he plans to represent his twin brother.
Not a bad idea.
Stay right here after the third out of this inning for a special behind-the-scenes look at what happens in between innings. One man gone for David Ortiz. David has walked and grounded out to third on the day. 4-2 Sox in front of Toronto here in the fifth. And a strike. So now nobody has an advantage as far as the shade and the sun. Hard hit but foul off first. Ortiz hitting .323 with 3 homers.
You see Barney out there in right field, shallow right field, trying to use the tower. You see the shade from the tower to get out of the sun. There's a good look behind the screen there.
Still 1-2 on Ortiz. That's a great seat. Great view there. And a box seat. So many of these fans showed up today, as they will all season long, to see David Ortiz hit one out of the ballpark. The 1-2. Even now on Big Papi. David with an on-base percentage of .444 coming into this game. Popped him up into shallow left. Donaldson still backing up way into the outfield to make that play. He kept on carrying. And so there are 2 down. Get expert emergency care without leaving the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. That's the first aid station located behind Section 12 on the lower concourse. Visit bidmc.org. David not happy with that at bat at all.
I guess he thought he was supposed to do something with that last pitch.
So he's 0 for 2 with a walk. Here comes Hanley, who narrowly missed a home run with a rocket down the right field line, which struck the padding near the pesky pole, then kicked back out for a double. Hit 2 hits against Estrada in Toronto and another one today. 1 ball and 1 strike. No activity in either bullpen here in the 5th inning.
Estrada's tough when he spots that fastball down low right in the corner. Little peekaboo style, huh?
High fly down the right field line. That one's sailing toward the pole again, but Bautista has room to make the catch and retire the side. So the Red Sox go 1-2-3 One of the few times today. Don't go anywhere. We'll stay in the park. Staying around the ballpark. Here's the top half of the 6th inning coming your way with the Red Sox in front 4-2. And a very difficult part of the order to face off against Price, Donaldson, Bautista, Encarnacion. And between them, they have 2 doubles, a triple, and a single today. The rest of the lineup hasn't done much against the lefty. Donaldson spinning himself around. He has tripled and scored. He's also struck out. David Price's pitching line is brought to you by Ace Ticket. His next pitch will be number 80. The 0-1. Donaldson has been a lefty killer for several years. We mentioned the 36 home runs off of lefties since 2013, number 1 in the majors, but he's never hit one against Price. But a base hit up the middle, his second hit today. He's 2 for 3.
Stayed back nicely on that changeup, right up the middle, didn't try to get big.
So now Price will try and solve Jose Bautista, who is 2 for 2 with a double and a single after going 0 for 3 last night. Now last night Toronto did not get a hit from their 1 through 3 hitters. Rick Porcello locked them up. The leadoff man on here in the 6th inning. Red Sox up 4-2. And a strike.
Oh,
kind of a delayed call.
Bautista, he thinks this ball's up. I thought it was up and in. It might have caught the corner. I don't know.
David Price thought it was a great call. Here's the 0-1. It's an interesting note too. The Red Sox pitching staff has allowed 14 home runs, and 3 players have hit 2 in one game. Bautista, Encarnacion, and J.J. Hardy.
He's given up 4, and he's got 2 W's. Porcello.
The 1-1 on the way. First, the pitch will not be made, and Donaldson back in. Toronto has 6 hits. The Sox have 7. And Boston has the home run in the game. Off the bat is Xander Bogaerts, a 3-run shot into the monster seats. A step and throw, and he dives back in safe.
A little closer than you want it to be. I mean, you're not going anywhere.
He's successful 89% of the time. You get in that 80% range, you're doing very well. A late cut and a miss by Bautista. 1-2.
What an ugly swing by Bautista. I don't know what he was looking for. Looking to bail, and the ball's away, and he just flicks at it. Got fooled on a fastball. You don't see those too many times from Bautista.
He's hitting .314 to start. He's reached base in every game this season. 1-2, and that one's sliced foul back.
That's a great pitch right there. He didn't know what to do with it. Tied him up. They always smell the bat, don't they, after they foul it off? A lot of guys.
How'd that make you feel?
He's not sure what Price is going to do right now after pitching that fastball in on him. Looks like he's going to go away. A little cutter, maybe. Make him think about it a little bit longer.
One ball and 2 strikes on Bautista. 2-2. And much to the Red Sox dismay, David Price debuted in the big leagues with Tampa Bay in 2008. His first season in pro ball in the American League Championship Series that October against the Red Sox. He picked up his first major league win at the Sox expense in Game 2 of the series. Then he got a save in Game 7. Cut on and miss. That one ate him up.
Well, that's a gutsy call right there. Fastball right by you.
So one man out. Time for a game break. It's brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's TC. TC, thank you very much. So for the Yankees, that's 4 straight losses. And here's Encarnacion, who's always trouble. He has struck out and doubled in a run today after hitting 2 home runs and going 3 for 4 last night. He had a devil of a time with an abscessed tooth in spring training that knocked him out of action for the longest time. So he had very few spring at bats. And a high fly into left field, but room for Brockholt. Shy of the warning track for the catch.
I mean, how gutsy was that fastball in? You got to be careful in there. I thought he got away with one right there. He already punched out Bautista with a fastball in, what I thought was gutsy.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game with TC, Tim Wakefield, and Steve Lyons to break down the game. You'll hear from David Price and John Farrell. Whatever, whenever, wherever, who but WB Mason. Soon to be an Emmy Award winner, Tom Caron. I have no doubt it is in the bag.
He tells me the competition is stiff, just in case he loses.
Well, that's what you say when you're being humble. Tulowitzki takes one outside, and he's a humble man.
Yes, he is.
He's a true gentleman, but he's also going to win this thing in a walk, I think. You may think I know something, but. And I might. At least about this.
Well, you know he works hard at it.
Sure does. In there for a called strike. And by the way, he's mortified when I talk like this. Absolutely mortified. He's like, I wish Obi would just shut up about this thing. I'm just happy to be nominated. That's what he told me today.
Is that right?
Yeah. But I'm going to keep on keeping on. Here comes the 1-1. A called strike. Price with a fastball around 94, 95.
He makes the umpire work, doesn't he? Just off the plate. Some pitches he gets, some he doesn't. But if you're around there enough, you're going to get a couple pitches that are off. That's what great command does.
A lot of umpires have told me over the years, we like to call strikes. We like strike throwers. Little trickler out in front of the plate. Fair ball. Vasquez collects, guns, and gets him. So nothing comes of the leadoff hit from Donaldson. And it's Price through 6 for him on top 4-2. Franchises are proud to give back to the communities in which they live and work, and thousands of kids have had a chance to catch a free Sox game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. And today we welcome the Lawrence High School Rise program to historic Fenway Park. Dunkin' Donuts, committed to the community. And enjoying it from the sunshine today, here's Travis Shaw to lead off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Estrada still on and pitching, but the Red Sox ahead 4-2. Shaw has not made an out with a pair of singles on the day. He's due to hit one out, and he looks at a strike. And a 2-run double, and he walked twice last night. Toronto just can't seem to get him out going back to last year. Little looper, and he will make an out here. That's Tulowitzki on the right side to make the catch. Time for our Dunkin' Donuts poll question. Is showboating like a bat flip good or bad for baseball? Text 1 for good, text 2 for bad. Text your answer to 536-536 as we look for your opinion. Message and data rates may apply. Visit NESN.com/terms for the terms and conditions and privacy policy. I'm looking at Eck like, is showboating good or bad? And you don't even have to answer.
You know, I just got to be careful that when I can't sit here and hoot on somebody for bat flipping, and especially in the situation that it was. To me, I thought it was a little over the top, but not for the time of the game that it was. I mean, the whole season was on the line. It was a huge home run by Batista, without a doubt. And then everybody went off on it, and it depends on what you think. I mean, obviously pitchers don't like that, but for me, I gave up enough home runs in the 9th inning. You get me, you could do anything you want. But this is a little over the top, but what a huge home run it really was. And he even admitted that he went a little bit too far. But it's hard once emotion kicks in, man. It's just hard to bring it back.
The 1-1. Of course, David Ortiz had a celebrated issue over that kind of thing, and later David Price would drill him, and then they wondered, everybody wondered, how would they react to each other when they first met up in spring training. Big Papi came over and gave him a huge hug and said, "I've got your back." And David Price said, "Well, now I feel like I'm a member of the Red Sox."
Yeah, well, I knew that was going to happen. You know, they were going to get back together again. They were friends before it. And then he hit a couple home runs off in the playoffs, right? The second one he really styled on, and he took offense to it. And then he popped him. And this doesn't happen very often to Ortiz, and he went crazy.
Shot up the middle and a base hit. Brock Holt needed that. He was 0 for 2 in the game and had been 0 for his last 14. So he's aboard. And at first here in the 6th inning, Red Sox ahead 4-2. Now, you were one of those guys who reacted, I always thought, very stylishly.
Yes.
When you punch somebody out.
Yeah, it was quick.
In a big moment. Very quick. It didn't linger or anything like that. But there had to be hitters who you heard from later or saw right there in the batter's box reacting to you.
Yeah, they didn't like it. They didn't like it at all, you know. But I mean, I think some of them understood it. But I just had to live with it, you know. And when you do stuff like that.
Vasquez with a shot to short. Tulowitzki airborne. Nice play there to get the out onto first. Oh, they turn it. Double play. 6-4-3. That's a big league twin killing right there. That's all for the Sox. We go to the 7th. 4-2 Boston. Choice to power your home. Visit thinkenergy.com to enroll today. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, and Garen Austin here from Fenway Park. Jerry Remy was in the Legends box for the 2nd straight day today.
He's making a habit out of that, isn't he?
He is. Good to see the Rem dog here relaxing a little bit. Not putting him to work today. Just a little wave, you know.
He'll get used to it. It'll get bigger as it goes on.
Yeah. You're an old pro at it. Here's Colabello. He is grounded out and popped up. Kid from Framingham, Mass. Well, not a kid anymore, 32 years old. He takes a big swing and he can hit it a long way. We talked about the Minnesota Twins taking a chance on him in 2012 when he was 29 years old. They offered him a minor league deal at Double-A. And he belted 19 home runs that season, and suddenly his age didn't matter anymore. 0-2 the count.
He didn't like that call. He thought that ball was inside. So Angels has given and taken away. This ball is slider inside.
Called a strike.
We haven't seen 95 today, but it sounds like it's 95, sometimes popping out of Christian's glove back there.
Seventh inning, Red Sox leading 4-2. Trying to win their second straight from Toronto, third straight overall, and that's around the outside part of the plate.
Well, you can't give them that.
The Price is closing in on 100 pitches. He's at 97.
A little change up here.
Cut on and missed. You got that right. 83 miles an hour. He pulled the string to strike him out. Stay tuned for the Red Sox final presented by Plainridge Park Casino. Tom Caron, Tim Wakefield, Steve Lyons will preview Stephen Wright's start tomorrow and have highlights from around Major League Baseball. Stephen was very tough against Toronto up there as he pitched into the seventh. Meanwhile, Junichi Tazawa begins to loosen in the bullpen. So this just might be the last frame for the big lefty as Martin looks at a strike. Sox bullpen has been excellent. He bunts toward third base, but foul. Martin came up with a base hit in the fifth inning, just his third hit of the season. Ace Ticket is Boston's trusted source for Red Sox tickets with the best seats, lowest prices to all games at Fenway with a 200% guarantee. Treat yourself or someone special by visiting aceticket.com or by calling 1-800-MY-SEATS. 4-2 Sox, seventh inning. And a ball down and in on a native of Canada, although Martin did spend several years in his youth living in Paris. His dad a musician. 1-2 on the way and fouled away.
I'll tell you what, David Price has filled up that strike zone. You talk about almost 70% strikes. Hasn't walked anybody, moved the ball around, had a great changeup today. That pitch, the changeup, makes him special. We all knew he throws the ball hard. Doesn't throw the ball hard like he used to. I mean, he used to get it up there, 97. He doesn't need it.
1-2.
Changeup, yes.
Second strikeout in a row here in the seventh.
I'm telling you, this makes him the man. I tell you, little changeup, little running away, back-to-back strikeouts with it. I mean, he shows you everything coming at you, and then that ball just dies down and away.
He has fanned 8. Trying to strike out the side now. Here's Darwin Barney, who has whiffed and flied to center. Tazawa still warming in the bullpen as Price has gone over 100 pitches on the afternoon. And Barney takes one inside, ball one.
He kind of jumps at you anyway, doesn't he? His motion, real quiet. You don't know whether he's going to throw from the windup or the stretch right where he is. Very subtle move. Boom. Changeup. He's got a good feel for that right now.
He's really broken it out as the game has moved along.
Yeah.
Pretty consistent with his pitch totals. He's dealing. Cut fastball. 1-2. This may be his last batter of the day as Junichi continues to throw.
What do you guess here? Changeup or gas?
I'd say the way that change is dancing. Go back to that. Let's see what he breaks out on the 1-2. He got him. He struck him out with a fastball, went back to number 1, and he strikes out the side.
Nicely done.
The crowd at Fenway appreciates the effort. He strikes out Colabello, Martin, and Barney. Baseball on Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. By the great folks at Sullivan Tire and Auto Service. And by Digital Federal Credit Union. See what DCU can save you. Bottom of the 7th, Red Sox leading 4-2 here over the Toronto Blue Jays. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Kia. Gavin Floyd becomes the first reliever to enter this thing on the heels of Marco Estrada. Not as good in this one as he was in Canada against the Red Sox. He gives up 4 runs.
Yes.
Yeah. So Floyd, a former Chicago White Sox starter, right-hander, to deal with Jackie Bradley, who's gone 1 for 2. Now it's Koji throwing in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Getting ready to work the 8th inning. Smacked on the ground to the right side, and Barney gathers that and gets him. And back to David Price, and those strikeouts.
Oh, they were something. The first 2 of them are changeups. You see Calabella flailing at that one. Another punch-out changeup down and away to Martin, flailing at it, and all of a sudden you think changeup, dot you with a fastball inside.
But the crowd loved it. He got a great ovation as he came off. He just exudes total confidence as Koji works in the bullpen. I mean, everybody who came to the ballpark today was like, well, David Price is pitching. Red Sox are going to win.
Isn't that's nice to have? It just really is. It's like David's pitching every 5 days. You expect to win.
And then he goes out
and does what he's supposed to do. And he does it with style, too. He really does. He fills it up, man. He throws a lot of strikes, like almost 70% strike. That's hard to do.
Now, you were a terrific starter before you were a legendary relief pitcher, and you know what it's like to go out there as a guy who won 20 games and be that guy and know the effect it has on the rest of your teammates when it's your day to pitch.
Yeah, totally. I mean, every team needs a guy like that, and every team doesn't have a guy like that.
Jack to dead away center. Mookie Betts, did he get enough? Backing up Pilar. No, he did not. Pilar will make the catch, and they're 2 down. Dustin Pedroia will be next tomorrow at 6. Don't miss the Ultimate Red Sox Show presented by AAA. We take a look back at the Red Sox home opener, and Dave Dombrowski discusses the big decisions he has already made this season. Made a lot of them this week.
They're going to tweak this, do whatever it takes. You know, they're going to tweak this roster any which way they can. And yesterday was a big example of that. You know, no one was expecting, nobody's surprised with Vasquez, but they led you to believe he wasn't ready yet, right? I mean, maybe he's not as far as catching 5-6 days a week.
Well, and I don't think anyone's implying. I'm not so sure that, you know, there was a lot of confusion on that, because around spring training, being around him and watching him and listening to the way that John and the rest of the staff was talking about him, I think there was even some discussion about getting him ready for opening day. And it turns out it was shortly thereafter. But just a bevy of moves, and one thing you can't argue with is those moves have made the Red Sox a better team.
Absolutely, because and with, you know, Sandoval going on the DL, I mean, he trapped them a lot by being on this roster. They couldn't do anything with him.
Right. 2-1. Now he's hurt with that shoulder injury, but Rusney Castillo's got to go play somewhere.
Right.
He's got to get at bats.
I'm surprised he made the team out of spring training, but they knew it may be short-lived, and it was.
Pedroia on the day 1 for 3 with a single. He pops a foul that'll twist out of play to the box seats. Red Sox leading 4-2. We're in the 7th inning, and about to turn it over to the bullpen. And Koji, who has been as good as ever, working in his new role as the setup man. Another fine effort last night for the right-hander. Here's the 3-2. He wouldn't chase ball 4, so Pedroia has been on base twice in this one. Tonight at 10 on NESN Sports Today, we have a recap and reaction from Atlanta as the Celtics take on the Hawks in Game 1, plus highlights from the NHL playoff games. NESN Sports Today presented by People's United Bank, and see what know-how can do. One of the heroes today has been Xander Bogaerts, launching a 3-run homer in the 3rd inning, his first of the season. And that got quickly into the monster seats. So Xander has hit safely in 8 straight. Anaheim high fly to right field, but it hangs up. Bautista will make the one-handed grab, and that is out number 3. One man left. On to the 8th, getting late. Red Sox leading 4-2. Baseball on Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Red Sox with a 4-2 advantage on Toronto going to the 8th inning. Koji in the game now. Take a look at his numbers. Brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. And he's been just about perfect.
He really has. The magic is back. I mean, it never really left him. He just got hurt last year. But he is 41 years old, and you wonder how long he can do it. You got to be careful with him. But a new role for him, and he's taken to it.
We keep saying we got to be a little careful with the older guys like Koji and Poppy. And look at what they're doing.
Yeah. But when you say that, though, you have to,
yeah.
you know, because before you know it, it's like too late.
I know what you mean. But they're both performing tremendously well.
Yes.
And looking like they're about 6 years younger.
Just a long season, you know. A lot of these relievers have been in too much already.
The 7th appearance for Koji. A run-up bunt attempt by Carrera. He pulls it back. Tried to bunt his way on last time, but he is 0 for 2 on the day.
I mean, you can't keep going at this pace. 7 games he's been in already. I mean, that's over half.
Several of these appearances would have gone to Carson Smith if he were healthy. You know, appearances by Junichi or Koji.
And the fact of the matter is, he doesn't throw that many pitches when he has an outing. Now, if he went out there and threw 25 pitches, you got to stay away from him for a couple of days.
That's a great point. Bunted toward third. Tough play. Shaw, the bare hand, the throw, and he's safe at first base.
That was an impossible play. What a bunt.
Especially when a lot of people know he's bunting.
Yeah, Shaw's playing up on the grass. Look at him right there. Look at this bunt. This is a blueprint. He overruns it almost. He has no angle to throw to first base. Makes a nice play up the line, but he is safe easy. He had no chance on this bunt. That's about as good as it gets.
Nice leaping stab there by Hanley Ramirez as well to save that one.
Just deadens it. Puts it in no man's land right there. He's there for it, but he can't do it. No angle.
So Carrera a threat to steal. On at first base, and Pilar the batter. He's gone 0 for 3. He has struck out twice and popped up. And a strike. That with David Price in the game. Price in line to win it. And if he does, he'll be 2-0. Look at Pilar against Koji. Nothing doing. 0 for 6. 3 whiffs. Nobody on the 8th.
Ooh.
Every time I see that, I think back to the World Series and
Always
Colton Wong, don't you?
Poor guy, huh?
He'll never live that down.
Last out of the game.
The only time it's ever happened, a World Series,
is that
a guy
right?
gets picked off to end a World Series game.
Unbelievable.
And it was Koji with a terrific play. Too high. I like to refer to that World Series. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. It was meant to be, the whole thing.
Yes. 2013. You don't fluke your way to 108 wins.
No, you don't.
Which is what the Red Sox won that season. 197 in the regular season. Tap softly. Here comes Bogarts. Pedroia got one there. The stretch. He held the bag, and that is a double play. The Red Sox turn 2.
I didn't know how they were going to turn 2 there. That ball was not hit all that hard. I thought he got jammed. But he hit it close enough to second base, so the flip was very close to Pedroia, and he turned it quickly in a nice play by Hanley to hang on. But you see the turn right there. Pedroia gets rid of it in a hurry. He's already stretched out there. He holds on, keeps his foot on the bag. Doesn't look pretty, but this is a double play. Couldn't come at a better time. Foot isn't on the bag. He's all fired up about that.
I mean, a giant play considering who's coming up. Donaldson. He's tripled and singled, hitting .319, 5 home runs already for the reigning MVP as he gets time. Red Sox leading 4-2 in the 8th. Check swing, but a strike anyway. David Price went the first 7. He gave up 2 runs, 6 hits, 9 strikeouts. And you thought at the end of the day, when he departed the mound, the best pitch he had going was changeup.
Oh yeah, but you got to admit he was in and out all day, and he was just missing here, just missing there.
But a tremendous changeup.
Yeah, and he didn't have a lot of 3-ball counts really.
The 1-1 rocketed foul up into the stands. Tomorrow at 12:30, don't miss Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. Tim Wakefield will break down Stephen Wright's knuckleball.
If anybody can, he can.
Yeah, got that right. Stephen coming off 6 2/3 against Toronto. And a really nice effort. Here's the 1-2. Popped up. On the infield, Koji directing traffic. Hanley and Shaw, and Hanley makes the catch. That retires the side. Nothing comes of the leadoff bunt to the bottom of the 8th. Red Sox up by 2. on Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Our game summary brought to you by Xfinity. David Price, 7 strong innings, 9 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. Xander Bogaerts has belted his first home run. Travis Shaw 2 for 3 today, continues to swing a very nice bat against the Toronto Blue Jays and everybody else. Been a sunny, bright day, occasionally very windy. Here comes Brett Cecil, the lefty, brought in to face David Ortiz, and Poppy takes a strike. David on the day, a walk, a ground out to third, and a pop to third base. He shows bunt and went after it and missed it.
David coming in off of Cecil, 5 for 29 with a home run, and he tries to lay down a bunt. No one's even near it. It's not that easy to do. I mean, you have to practice this stuff to do it. And everybody says, why don't they do it? Well, a lot of big boys can't do it.
A lot of room there if he could lay one down, but there are 2 strikes now. Hanley Ramirez on deck. Red Sox are going to get the closer, Craig Kimbrell, loosened up in the bullpen, leading 4-2 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Here he comes again.
Cecil's 1-2 and a line shot, base hit to center field. David Ortiz aboard for the second time. This one leads off the 8th.
Ortiz, well, he can hit. You take a little breaking ball down away from him. Just flicks this ball into center field. Not much you can do about it as a pitcher. That's a good pitch.
Well, the more you see David swing the bat, like last night's RBI double high off the center field wall, the more you wonder, say it's an off night in June and the Red Sox are on the road, and Dave Dombrowski, the president of baseball operations, maybe pulls up to the front of the hotel in a limo and says, Poppy, let's go have dinner. Let's have a little chat about this retirement thing
before it gets too far
before
gone.
It gets too far down the road. How serious are you really? Because at 40 years old, he's still one of the most feared hitters in baseball.
He could play another year, really. I mean, he can, but if that's his decision, he's got to stick to it.
But Dave Dombrowski's a very, very charming man.
Yes, he is.
So we'll see. Hanley 1 for 3 with a double, cracks that one to third. Donaldson into second. Now on to first, going to be safe at second base because he never touched the bag. Barney came over. David's got to scoot back now because he's been ruled safe. Barney came over and pretty much straddled second base, but he never touched the bag.
Oh, he's going to go off. John Gibbons is going to go off. They've been hammered by this rule the other way around, and now he's.
But the neighborhood play is gone now.
Right.
You can't do that anymore. They're not going to give that out. And Will Little decided not to. Take a look.
Look at David Ortiz slides way before. It looked like his kneecap was on the base, though. Whoa. That is so close. I don't even know if he scraped it with his foot, whether his knee was on it. They're going to take a look at this thing.
Yeah, they can review the neighborhood play.
But look at Ortiz. He gets down because he's going to get nailed by this ball if he doesn't.
I don't think he touched it.
You don't think so?
Well, I mean, I didn't see a knee touch the base. You take another look.
Here we go.
It went down, but did he actually touch the bag?
I don't know. I think he touched it with his knee. I don't know.
I know this. He didn't touch it with his left foot.
No.
Just kind of grazed over the top of it without touching it.
Anything, he nicked it with his knee. Right there, looks like he touched it, right? But and then the other view doesn't. I hate these close plays here. I mean, this. Meanwhile, this was a double play last year. Not even looked at.
Let's see if we can get a shot of the umpire and where Little is. Now, he can't have a better angle on that, Dennis.
Did his knee touch?
Well, he said no, and he got a great look at it.
And then even after his knee, if it touched or not, I don't know, but did he scrape it with his foot? It's just all about his knee, I guess. Right? See this foot? Is that a scrape?
He said no.
He's like eyeballing that play. He can't wait to make that call.
So David Ortiz on the field is ruled safe at second base. And Hanley Ramirez out at first base.
I mean, his knee could have touched it and his foot could have scraped it.
Could have.
Could have. But it may not have.
So let's see if they have enough evidence. And again, it comes back to this. Do they have enough evidence to return a different call when they come back? Can they overturn that?
They're not sure either way, I don't think, with that view.
And if they don't have any more evidence, if they don't have a better look, then it'll be as called on the field, which is safe.
See, a play like that, I think, is a double play. I do.
You like the neighborhood play, the old play?
I do. That's good, whatever. But now that they're protecting them, I get it. You know, now you have to touch it.
That's one of the changes this year. The neighborhood play is no more. The fielder must touch the base to record the out, but it is reviewable.
Got him out. He said he touched it.
They are going to call him out. How about that?
His knee touched the base. That's what they're saying, I bet.
Wow. So they must have concurred.
Yep.
And so that will be a double play, and David has to leave second base. Take another look. Boy.
It's like the knee and the scrape of the foot.
So it winds up a twin killing, and the base is now empty. And the batter will be Travis Shaw. Travis with a good day. He has 2 singles, and he's popped up to second.
He is so far off the plate. It's amazing that he can even get to that ball in the outside corner. See how far he's off the plate? He's open stance. But that first movement is to the ball.
Trying to hold up, but a swing and a miss to make it 1-1 on a good changeup. I don't think David's so sure. The 1-1 pitch, ground ball to the left side, and Donaldson will gun and get him, and that will retire the side. Time for the closer. Craig Kimbrell coming on for his second save in as many days at Fenway. Old question we asked, is showboating such as a bat flip good or bad for baseball? And we look for your results here on our Dunkin' Donuts poll. And 69% are going X-way.
Yeah.
You're turning them.
It's my way. That I feel kind of bad.
I love it.
I could hear it from all those old schoolers, man. They don't play that game.
Hey, speaking of color.
Yeah, how about that? I love this. The flamethrower coming in the game.
Greg Kimbrel trying to lock it down. ERA right now is sitting at 5.40, but he already has 3 saves. He has 9 strikeouts in 5 innings. And it'll be Bautista, Encarnacion, and Tulowitzki here in the 9th inning. The Red Sox leading 4-2, and here we go. And the first fastball in there for a strike at 98.
Boy, he loves that spot, man. That is his spot.
There have been no runs in this game since Toronto scored in the 4th inning to get within 2. The 0-1 bounced up there. The win would go to David Price. He would be 2-0. He went 7. He was terrific today with 9 strikeouts. Didn't walk anybody against a beastly lineup. Bautista has doubled and singled. Red Sox pitching has just been superb the last couple of days. 2-1. A victory today would put Boston at 6-4. Baltimore plays a little later tonight against Texas in the Lone Star State. The 2-1 to Bautista, up and in. That knocked him out of the box. They'll get your attention.
Here you're looking for a pitch out of a plate, thinking he has to throw a strike, and he comes up and in like that. That's frightening. It's not that close to him, but still, it's 97-98. This is the problem Kimbrel has, you know, his control problems. You got to throw a strike here, right down the middle.
3-2. Now does he go number 1, or does he come back with a breaking ball?
Oh, he's going to gas him right here, because who cares? You got a 2-run lead, man. You got to make him hit this ball 500 feet. Right down the middle. Just air it out.
The 3-2. Spoiled that one out of play. It was a 98-mile-an-hour Swifty. Bautista only 3 at-bats against Kimbrel. Of course, has been in the National League, but he's 0 for 3 with a strikeout against the right-hander.
Kimbrel's not the type of guy that just goes out there and goes 1, 2, 3. He kind of makes you, you know, work a little bit. 2-2, 3-2. See if you could dot this outside corner, but just don't miss.
Now that's power against power right there.
It was. He knows what's coming. He just couldn't handle it. This ball's up out of the zone. He can't get on top of this. Ball 4 is what it was.
Craig out of Huntsville, Alabama. The 3-2 again. Bautista crowding that plate. And on a corner, he got him. Strike 3. 1 away in the 9th.
He throws that ball so hard you can't tell if it's on the corner or a fraction of an inch off. Ball looks outside, but boy, it sounded like a strike. You see, just outside. Pulls it back. He gives it to him. Angel gives it to him.
And Bautista beside himself. That is one tough first out. Here comes Encarnacion. He's gone 1 for 3 today with a double. All the way back to the 379 marker. He'll take a strike. The 0-1.
Look at that biting slider. That thing was just nasty.
Call the ball.
That ball is down. Look at this. This is a biter after a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. 88 slider.
Base is empty, 1 down. Red Sox ahead 4-2 in the ninth. Cut on and missed.
This is sick.
That was 99.
This is sick. That's his spot. He could throw that ball there all day long. What are you going to do with it? I mean, it's ridiculous. This guy punches out people just to stay in shape. That's all there is to it. Look at this. That is hump out there.
Trying to fan Encarnacion. And he does. He struck him out swinging. 2 gone.
Slider not even close. You're just swinging, hoping it's a fastball. That's all. He missed that by a foot.
At least.
The ball never started as a strike. That ball one hops the, doesn't even get the home plate. He's hacking. Ready, gets that swing.
So 2 down, and Tulowitzki may be the last man to jump into the box today. The Red Sox leading 4-2 in the ninth. Trying to beat Toronto again.
Oh, that is gas. Rising gas. You can't swing at this because you can't catch up with it.
This guy pitches. It's becoming an event here at Fenway. Too high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Boy, if I had that gas, I'd get so excited to throw another one and another one harder.
The 1-1 to Tulowitzki. Down and away. Everything 98, 99 with the fastball. Then that frisbee slider if he elects to throw it. Michael Saunders on deck for Toronto. Sox up by 2. 1 more out to get. Two and 2.
That's as good as you're going to see in all of baseball. The closer with this kind of hair. This is ridiculous. This is like Chapman stuff.
Just got a piece. Tulowitzki hangs in there. 2 and 2. 2 out. Base is empty.
He throws him a slider. How do you hit the slider? Seriously. You have no chance. I don't know if he'll throw him a slider, but
if it's a strike, he's done.
yes. You like to end it on everything you got. Yeah, fastball down away. Just air it out. Yes.
Ball game. At 98, he struck out the side again.
That's sickness right there.
This is going to be an event every time he pitches here at Fenway Park as the Red Sox wrap it up 4-2 the final.
Gas Masterson. That's what he is. I'm telling you.
TC, that is a lot of fun to watch as the Red Sox have made it 3 straight.